Hey, Chiefs Kingdom! This is Davis with another exciting update. Before we get started, hit that like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe to the channel. It helps us keep bringing you amazing content. Let's go! The situation with the Kansas City Chiefs has never been so tense and filled with uncertainty. The much anticipated 2024 season is packed with expectations, but also with risks that could define the future of the franchise. And in the midst of this storm, one crucial question has emerged with force: is Andy Reid putting Patrick Mahomes at risk? The coach's decision, considered by many to be risky and potentially devastating, could change the course of the entire Chiefs season. If you thought the trust in the coach was unshakable, brace yourself for an unexpected twist. What once seemed like a well-structured plan to reach Super Bowl glory is now being questioned. Mahomes, the icon who took the Chiefs to the top, may be exposed to unnecessary risks, and this situation has sparked a heated debate among fans, experts, and even former players. The line between trust and recklessness has never been so thin. The giant at risk Patrick Mahomes is undoubtedly the greatest asset the Chiefs have. His unmatched skill, leadership, and football IQ make him a cornerstone for the team's success. Without him, the team would hardly shine the same way. But what happens when the coach who sets the game strategy decides, seemingly, to risk the integrity of the franchise's greatest player? In a decision that has left fans stunned, Andy Reid has been pushing Mahomes to take on a larger workload, putting him in a vulnerable position on the field. The question echoing through the halls of Arrowhead Stadium is clear: is Reid aware of the risk he's imposing on his star player? The Chiefs' offense, one of the most explosive in the NFL, has been the backbone of the team. However, with injuries beginning to pile up and the pressure on Mahomes intensifying, Reid's game model appears to be becoming a double-edged sword. If something goes wrong, the entire Chiefs system could collapse with it. Uncertainty is looming in the stands, and the Chiefs fanbase is starting to question what seemed like a perfect marriage between Mahomes and Reid. The coach's blind trust in Mahomes doesn't seem to take into account the potential overloading of the QB. He's being forced to carry the team on his back, game after game, without proper rest or recovery time. The pressure to be the best. The pressure on Mahomes has never been greater. Not only does he need to keep the team competitive, but he also has to save the offensive system, which at times seems overly dependent on his individual talent. As the season progresses, the burden only increases. Injuries to other key players on the roster don't help, and the responsibility on Mahomes grows even heavier. Of course, Andy Reid is one of the most respected coaches in the NFL, known for his brilliant strategic mind. But has his trust in his method blinded him to what truly matters: Mahomes' health and longevity? This question becomes even more relevant considering the history of injuries to key players throughout the season. There's a fine line between risking victory and sacrificing the health of a fundamental player, and Reid seems to be testing that line like never before. The fracture in the relationship between Reid and Mahomes has always been exemplified by a successful partnership, built around mutual trust. However, what once seemed like a perfect symbiosis between coach and player now raises questions about the limits of that trust. Reid has always been known for putting his players in challenging positions, but the current situation seems to cross the line of what is acceptable in order to guarantee a win. Some say this decision could be the most ruthless of all, forcing Mahomes to do more than he's physically capable of in the name of victory. Reactions from Chiefs fans on social media reflect the growing panic. Concern and even frustration are taking over discussions, with many questioning whether the coach is ignoring clear signs that Mahomes can't keep carrying this weight alone. The risk is simply too high. What if something happens to Mahomes? What would that mean for the future of the Chiefs? For the franchise as a whole, the answer is simple: a disaster. The future of the Chiefs at stake. The impact of this decision could extend far beyond the current moment. If Reid continues down this dangerous path, the future of the franchise could be at risk. Mahomes is the pillar of the team, and without him, Super Bowl hopes are extremely low. What once seemed like a promising season could turn into a fight for survival, with the Chiefs facing the prospect of an imminent collapse. At this moment, Mahomes' loyalty to Reid is unquestionable, but how long will this be sustainable? Mahomes, being a player who puts his body on the line for his team, may begin to question the decision of his coach to expose him to this constant pressure. And if he starts to feel vulnerable, this could affect his confidence and, consequently, his performance on the field. Conclusion: the risk of success. Is Andy Reid putting Patrick Mahomes at risk? This question resonates through every corner of Arrowhead Stadium and will continue to be the center of discussions until a definitive answer is found. The Chiefs' offense is under scrutiny, and the coach's decision could be the turning point that will determine whether the franchise remains a powerhouse or collapses under the pressure. In a team where victory is the only option, the risk has never been greater.